Hello and welcome to episode 15 of my Minecraft Technic Hardcore Modded Skyblock tutorial Let's Play series. In this episode we shall hopefully finish the... what am I talking about? Sorry, I'm reading... This is off to a great start, isn't it? I was reading the wrong bit. So anyway, in this section we're going to be progressing with the... let's bring up the quest book, it'll be easier. So let's go back. So we've finished the gaining a foothold. We're now going through leaving the Stone Age, and in the last episode, because of my impatience, and it was just down to my impatience, I messed up the making steel. And it could have been such a nice episode if I had just been a little bit more patient. So let's show you. Okay, the mistake I made is having the what's the big one called? Oh, you know what I'm talking about, for goodness sake. Do I have to really go all the way over here and have a look? The casting basin. Right, that was my biggest mistake, okay, because I had steel in here. There was plenty of steel in there, no problem about that. The sand run out. Thank you for all the comments you've made. I appreciate every single comment you all make. The sand run out, so anyway, I had a bit of steel, but the sand ran out, so the rest of the iron just turned to liquid iron, which then messed up my basin. Anyway, you should be using a casting table with this, because it does work with the casting table. When I put the casting table down and the ingot in, there's a little thing you've got to get used to with the high oven. When it's smelted and it turns to liquid, you then have to give it about 5 seconds at least before it will flow out properly. Whereas when I put the casting table down in my hurry, in my impatience, I was clicking, nothing was happening, so I thought it weren't working, so I put the casting basin down and it all went pear-shaped. It all went south from that point onwards. But me showing you how to build this high oven was perfect, because that's exactly how it's built. Just remember, use the casting table with the ingot cast, and then you can happily make your ingots. So there we are, and I've got a load of steel which I've managed to chew through, as you will when you start making loads of what we're going to do. You're going to see a ball of fun coming up with Skyblock. I am loving it. Anyway, so there's my steel ingots. I did get there in the end. Great incompetence, but progress. Right, so continuing on. That was the first one. Next, like a real craftsman. That's what we're going to take a look at next. The crafting recipes you're using now are getting more complicated and involved. And they kid us not. There's got to be an easier way to do this. To use the machinist's workbench, you draw a recipe. Right, well, I could read all of that, but what would be better than me reading it is actually showing you it. So let's go up here. Oh, I've got a real forest going on now. I'll tell you, I'm sick of cutting down trees. I am sick and tired of cutting down trees. I am sick and tired of sieving. The good news is, all of this will be automated. All of it, everything. You got it. There'll be no more sieving or cutting down trees eventually. Anyway, the machinist's workbench. Let's first look at how you make it. So if we go to the crafting station, and if I type in machine, there we are. So to make one, you need I made this one. You need 4 tin ingots, 1 in each corner, 2 copper ingots either side, crafting table, piece of paper, and a chest. That gets you your machinist's workbench. Okay, is there a point to you making this? Absolutely, because it's going to make your life so much easier. Let's clear that off. Okay, so you plonk your workbench down. The very first thing you're going to have to do is to make a schematic, what you're going to save the recipes into. To make a schematic, it's like so. So you have 2 paper, 1 lapis. That gets you a blank schematic. So thank you very much. I'll take that. Okay, the first thing to do with your blank schematic is to, if you press the left shift key, it shows you what the recipes actually are. So the very first blank schematic you should use for making a schematic to make the schematic. Didn't you love that? Didn't it roll off the tongue? A schematic to make this schematic. Anyway, let's stop waffling. Right, you do this to make life easier, because if you ever forget the recipes, you only have to press the left shift key and you'll see the items. What I've done is I've made a chest over here and I've started storing them in the chest. So as I make the schematics, I store them in there. So that is how you make this schematic. Okay, now what's the point of schematics? Well, let's show you. Okay, let's clear that off. Okay, so we have a blank schematic. Let's take that one out. Okay, what you do, get your blank schematic that you just made, pull it in one of the 3 slots. Okay, to take a schematic out of the workbench, you have to left click once to highlight it, and then left click again will pick it up. Okay, so here's our blank schematic. The first thing you do, highlight it so it's got the blue border around it. Then the next thing that you can do is make an item which you may forget the recipe. So for example, okay, I want to make, and we're going to get to this Jabber mod in a bit. I love the Jabber mod, another mod I love. Okay, but what we want to do is I want to make a load of these storage upgrades, and we're going to get to them in a moment. But wouldn't it be nice if we had the recipe as a schematic? Okay, so we need a better barrel and 2 pistons, and we're going to make a schematic to do it. And we're going to use this blank one. So 2 pistons. So first we need my piston schematic. Oh, there it is. So we'll pop that in there. Oh, help if I take the old one out. Okay. Now, what you can do to use... No, I'll do it in the right order. Bear with me. Let's just make 2 pistons. Okay, and I've got the barrel, so we'll clear the table off. Okay, so piston either side. And a barrel in there, like so. Ooh. Okay, now what the idea is behind the machinist workbench is this, alright? You put the recipe in here, it then shows you what the recipe is going to make over here. So you can either put the items in like that and make it like a standard crafting table, but that's a waste of time because this is a machinist workbench and it's absolutely fantastic. So once you've put the recipe in and you know it's the right recipe because it's showing you over here, you then select your blank schematic by highlighting it like that. You then left click write schematic. When you do that, that's now turned this into a schematic for this recipe, which is a storage upgrade. So there we go. How cool is that? Now whenever I make these, I only have to select the schematic. Now the next thing to show you. That recipe will stay in there. If I click this clear crafting grid, it does just like it says on the tin. It clears it out. If I want to now show another recipe schematic, I'll highlight that schematic. That's now got the blue border around it. Then left click set crafting grid. What that does is it shows the recipe from this schematic in the recipe window, like you just see. So now I can craft that nice and quickly, or I can click that one, clear and add, and then do pistons. Nice, quick, easy way to create items. And what you should do is like I done, remember the left shift shows you the different items. What I did as well to make your lives easier, have a barrel over here and store your schematics in there, and then that way pressing the shift key you can see at a glance what they are. So there we are, there we have it. That, my dear viewers, is the machinist workbench and a schematic, which I've done already, as you can see, completed. Let's have a sleep because I don't want a creeper blowing up my machinist workbench. Not that any can spawn because everywhere is covered with torches. Okay, right, so we've done that. That's that hurdle done. The next one. Notice, yeah, I've been busy doing this. You know, some episodes I'll make a complete, well, all episodes I'll make a complete idiot of myself, but if I can help it, I do want to try and come across as someone who has a little bit of sense left in their brain. Not much, but a little. So with some of these, they're quite complicated, so I've gone ahead and had a little look at them, researched. Because some of you are watching to see how to do stuff, others are watching just to see how stupid I can be. On both points you won't be disappointed. So right, let's now look at moving things around. So sometimes where something comes from and where you want it to go aren't near each other. That's where item ducts come in. Item ducts let you move items around, and they are absolutely fantastic. Item ducts are. Right, let's show you making an item duct. Come out of there, go in here. Oh, look at that, I've got a schematic for it. How cool is that? Go in here, put the schematic, right, okay, let's take out that storage upgrade. Probably not going to need that for a bit. Let's put that in there. Okay, there's the recipe for the item duct. You need tin either side and lead in the middle. Create a schematic, and then it's a simple case of making sure you put the components in here. Obviously, to make anything using the schematics, you must have the components down here. So there we go, and that's how you make the item duct. Very, very cool item. Let's clear that. We don't need any more, thank you. I've got actually, I'll keep that in there because it is a good one. What's that? Yeah, won't need that in there. Schematic, I'll keep in there. No, I won't, because I can remember how to do that. That's just wasting space. So let's put them both in there. Okay, the item duct. So that's how you make one. Now, I'm not going to show you using them yet, because I want to read a bit more of the quest. So that's it. It says moving it around. We've done that. Being picky. Sometimes you don't want a pipe to insert or extract certain items, or you don't have room to give an output pipe a redstone signal. Pneumatic servos are absolutely fantastic. Do you remember the diamond pipes with the other mod packs? Welcome to a wonderful, fantastic version that is 100 times cheaper than the diamond pipe. It's the pneumatic servo, and we're going to have some fun with that. And I want to demonstrate it. But first of all, let's make one. So let's go in here. Where is it? Not there. Where it's come out. Let's go back in here. Where is it? There it is. So we select that and then put it there. So you need 2 glass, 1 redstone and 2 iron. Providing you've put the components in here, you can easily then craft one. So we have a pneumatic servo. Do I want to make another one? No, I don't think I do actually, because there's no point at the moment. So anyway, that's how you make the pneumatic servo. Come out of there. Okay, so that's pneumatic servo. What's the last one? The fluid ducts. So let's show you that. Once I've read this one, we'll go and made this one, then we'll go and take a look at their practical use. So the fluid duct next. Have I got one? Yeah, I have. There we are. So let's grab that. Let's put that in there. Clear the table. Okay, this uses, instead of tin, uses copper, but it still uses the same lead. Very cheap and easy to make, like the item ducts. I absolutely love the fluid ducts. The fluid ducts and the item ducts. Thermal expansion, again, is one of my all-time favourite mods. It's absolutely fantastic. So there we go, that's how you make the fluid ducts. Okay, let's keep that clear. Put that back in there. Right, okay, so item ducts, pneumatic servos and fluid ducts. Let's show you one use for them. Oh, I've got so much I want to show you, and there's really so little time, but you know what, I will get there. It'll just go to another episode, but it'll be a good one. So okay, here is our friendly item ducts. Okay, so you can see I've run them along here. Now don't start screaming at me that I could be using better barrels. I'm going to get to that. For now, here's the item ducts. Okay, so you just you just right click them down. If you want to pick them up, you need to use your crescent hammer. Okay, and you have to shift right click. We'll pick them up. So let's see, I've got some. Let's demonstrate. Okay, just for thoroughness. In fact, let's demonstrate a bit more than that. Oh, my pickaxe. I knew I meant to do something. Okay, excuse me while I just quickly repair my pickaxe. Oh, I have got a flint. That's what I wanted. A flint. A single flint. Okay, right. Let's put my pickaxe in there. Oh, you're so going to love this. You are going to love this. Right, okay, so let's get my pickaxe. Let's mangle this. Oh no, wait a minute. Shift click, remember? There you go. Right, now, what I just got back then... Oh, of course, I didn't put a servo in that one. I was hoping to get the servo. This one's got a servo. Oh, so it's just coal. Okay, so what I'll do, let's grab this one. Right, do you notice when you shift right click and pick it up, you get not only your pipe item duct back, but you also get the servo. So let's show you the use of the pneumatic servo. So what you do, place right click to place your item duct. The next thing to do, highlight your pneumatic servo, right click on the item duct. The pneumatic servo is now been installed. You need to make sure you have an empty hand when you are going to be programming the servo, pneumatic servo. If you try right clicking with something in your hand, nothing will happen. Okay, be aware of that. If your hand is empty, you can then right click. You can't right click on this bit. You have to right click on this bit, which is complete sense, because if we come up to, oh, where's it gone? Oh, somewhere over there. I'll have to come back to that. But basically, you can have more than one outlet. So I could have a chest there, a chest there. So it would have 3 outlets. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. That's why you don't do this, you do that. Okay, so coming back to here then, right? This chest has now a load of junk in it because I've removed my servo, so let's quickly pull it back to normal. Let's take these out and show you how cool this is. Okay, so, oh, dang it, put that there. Right, empty hand, right click that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to filter. Okay, so we can say whitelist. Now whitelist means anything that's in here will be allowed to travel in that direction, so into that chest. Because it's a whitelist, it's a bit like your firewall. Okay, you've got a whitelist and a blacklist. Whitelist means it can all flood in, blacklist means it's blocked. It's far easier to have a whitelist than a blacklist, because if you did a blacklist, you'd have to put every item you don't want to go into this chest in here, and that doesn't make much sense. Stupid is as stupid does, and Forrest Gump would do that, no doubt. You're much more clever, so you'd do a whitelist, you'd tell it coal. Now if we come out of there, alright, these got in before I just did that, but now only coal will go in here. This chest is where all my junk is going, so let's put that in there. So that's why I've not got a servo on this one, because I just want all the other scrap. I mean, I've got nearly a chest full of flint, for goodness sake. These, I don't know if these are any good yet. I haven't got to form craft. But I will, and we'll find out if they're cool, and I'll show you everything about them. For now though, that's your pneumatic servo, that's the item duct, that's how you set up a whitelist and a blacklist. So that's the whitelist. Let's show you the blacklist use. Okay, right, now if I right click this one first of all, notice that's a nice gold chest. Why is it gold? because that's where I'm keeping my emeralds, diamonds and good stuff. So here for this filter, the whitelist is just what I've just shown you, but I don't want these items flowing off down there into them chests, do I? So what I do is I whitelist them this way, and in this direction I blacklist them. That way every other item apart from these 4 items will travel down in that direction, and them 4 items there are being told they're allowed to go this way. So that's how you filter, using whitelist and blacklist. Very cool, eh? So looking down here, you'll see I've put a sign down. Notice you don't need a cobblestone behind it. I did it over there just because it highlights the sign better. But the beauty of not having cobblestone behind it, you can walk through it. How cool, so it don't block your path. Anyway, so here we go. Look, there's iron, there's gold, there's copper, there's tin, there's silver. You get the point. I don't need to carry on, do I? So the filter is working beautifully, and that's how I can do that. Right, now, okay, so don't worry about what that's all about. I'm going to get to that in another episode, and it will be a good one. But let's go back to the quest book after we've slept. Right, okay, so hopefully y'all are all happy now with the item duct and the pneumatic servo. The last one is the fluid duct, so let's have a look at that. In fact, I'll leave the fluid duct for a moment and move along nicely. So don't worry about that, I'll come back to it in a second. Moving along then, so that's that done, that's that done. Next, the igneous extruder. Okay, you have a semi-automatic cobble gem, but cobble isn't the only thing you need to make from water and lava. An igneous extruder allows you to automatically make cobblestone, stone or obsidian. To make these you put at least 1 bucket blah 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 blah, because I'm going to show you such a fantastic use for this. Okay. Okay, so if we come up here, what's this? Oh, that's not the one I want. So, in fact, where am I going? What am I doing? I'm losing the plot fast. Okay, here is the igneous extruder. Now, let's open it up. It requires water and lava. So, hence, because if you make cobblestone, remember it doesn't use anything. If you make stone, it uses water, and if you make obsidian, which is the one that I want, it uses water and lava. So how comes I've got water and lava automatically flowing into here? How comes I'm getting a lovely little stack of obsidian without having to keep using buckets? Well, let's show you. Okay, now this machine I think is going to be covered in a bit, isn't it? Where is it? Yeah, so it's this one, automating water, which is the aqueous accumulator. Okay, so I'm doing both, if you like, at the same time here for y'all. Okay, I'll show you how to make them both in a sec. So what you do is you make your aqueous accumulator and you make your igneous extruder. Cool, some of these names, but they are cool. You make your normal water source, you put it in the corner. Okay, nothing special with it. If you right click, you'll see it just shows water, so you plonk it down. By default its output is coming out the top, so you just get 2 fluid ducts. Place one down, shift, remember to place a fluid duct on top of an item, shift right click it, that place that down, shift right click that, that's linked that, that's now given that water. But what about the lava? So let's show you. Okay, if we come up here, oh yeah, check out my ender pearls. Okay, now if we come up here, so we've got this terrain smasher grabbing up the cobblestone, but it's a waste, isn't it? Just letting it sit there do nothing. So what I've gone and done is attached an item duct, run it all the way down to the igneous extruder. I've to get the item duct to output like that, what you do, let's first turn it off. Notice it's off now. Okay, so what you do is, not that, oh bugger, never mind. Right, okay, so what you do, okay, that's how it's defaulted. So when you put down the item duct, that's how it appears. The first thing you do is you use your crescent hammer on this bit and it turns it outwards, so output. The other way is input. Okay, so we want to output in the cobblestone. The next thing to do is to make a lever, which of course is a stick and one piece of cobblestone, and then turn it on. You know it's on because the light comes on red. Isn't that cool? So that's now sucking out the cobblestone. Let's have a look at where it goes. Oh, you ready to take a dive? I like this. Here we go. Flash. Nice, eh? Nice quick way down. Anyway, what we do with that item duct is run it down to a chest. Why a chest, you ask? Because we want a buffer storage for the cobblestone. And notice it will only use one chest. Okay, this was a waste putting this. Okay, so what I can do in actual fact is, oh dang it, but anyway, what I can do is that. Okay, now what I need to do is tidy this mess up. Things I do for y'all. Oh goodness sake, this is going from bad to worse. Right, okay, in with the cobblestone, in with the cobblestone. Can't believe I did that. Never mind. Cobblestone's free, isn't it? What am I moaning about? Okay, so that's going to be an iron chest. I'm getting there. It takes so much time to do all of this. Do you have any idea how long it takes? I mean, you haven't even seen half of what I've done yet. So anyway, right, so you have this running along, item duct, running along to a chest. Underneath the chest you put a hopper. Underneath the hopper you put your crucible. Underneath the crucible you put your lava. Okay, just a simple bucket of lava in there, then the crucible, then the hopper, then the chest, with that running in there. Okay, now what you do with the crucible is, as it turns the cobblestone into lava, you have a fluid duct this side, outputting with a lever turned on so you can see, and it goes into the igneous extruder. Wow, we got there in the end. You see, nothing special that end, just connect it. And there you go. Now that's constantly pumping lava in, constantly pumping water, constantly outputting. You only need to put the chest on top and it automatically gets sucked into your chest. Okay, you don't need anything special. You just sit it on top of the extruder. So there we are. That is how you get unlimited stone or obsidian. I won't say cobblestone because we've already got unlimited for that, but obsidian. Now I wonder if I can build a nether portal and go to the nether. I don't know, I'll look at that in another episode. Anyway, right, for now, oh, there's going to be cobblestone everywhere. Let's have a look what's next. Oh, I hope I remember to set the timer and I haven't been talking for 4 hours. Yep, no I did, that's alright. Okay, we've got a little bit of time left, let's have a look. So that's the igneous extruder and the aqueous accumulator. So, just to quickly show you how to make them. There's the aqueous accumulator, which is a bucket. Oh yeah, 4 more steel. Oh, I chewed through a ton of steel. Another pneumatic servo, they are so useful. Tin either side and glass either side. And there you go, that gets you the aqueous accumulator. Now for the life of me I can't remember what the other one was called. I've got the memory span of an ant. Oh, what was it called? Aqueous extruder. Let's try extrude. Yeah, there we go, that was lucky. Yep, you guessed it, more steel, 4 more steel ingots, another servo, 2 tin, 2 glass and a piston. That gets you that igneous extruder. So there we are, that's making them. Right, let's have a look, what's next? So we got to here, right, better barrels. Oh, here's where we're going to have a ton of fun. Right, now the timer's going to go in a minute. You can stop the video if you want, but I'm going to share my love of Jabba with you, because this is absolutely flipping fantastic. Right, okay, so let's go somewhere I can demonstrate this. Or should I? Because this is going to take a little bit of time. You know what? I think I will leave it there, and the next episode will be on Jabba and better storage. That will be the next episode. Yeah, I know I've done a ton of this stuff. You know what? I'll get to it. I haven't done this yet. Thanks a lot. Anyway, wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.